Nice. Alrighty. We're gonna go ahead and get Kim on here to join us here soon. Hey Kim, are you there, man? Whoa, look at that guy.
Bro,
Good morning.
guess what? I
What?
actually, no, I went to bed and then I woke up again.
Yeah,
It's like 2 a.m. in the morning.
look at you. But you're here, man. You did it.
I love it. Dude, I look tired.
Sweet. All right, we have some people rolling in here too, which is awesome.
That's awesome. Good morning, guys. Well, this is, it's just dark outside. That's the window.
Yeah, yeah. So it's 2 a.m. at Kim's time right now, which is awesome that he's doing this, and it's a beautiful evening right now here for me. So I'm feeling good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sweet.
well,
All right. So we wanted to just go ahead and do this to talk about a topic in relation to this message that we're trying to spread.
definitely.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah. So we're going to talk about competition and comparison, and that whole thing is such a big topic when you get into male friendships. Am I right?
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think before we get going, it's really important to make the distinction here. There is a healthy kind of competition in relationship, and there's an unhealthy competition in relationship. And I think when we talk about like healthy competition, I think in my own life, like I love going and playing sports with my buddies. I love to play volleyball. I just played in a volleyball tournament with my roommates, and it was a blast. And I wasn't on their team, and just competing against them, like that was awesome. And I know Kim, you relate to this a little bit too, right?
Yeah, definitely. I think, there are good competition, healthy competition, and unhealthy. And competition can also be funny. It's cool.
Yeah,
Uh, like let's do it. Who can be the first one? Whatever it is.
right.
Um, but I think when we talk about competition and comparison, we also, there's a lot of unhealthy competition.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
uh, like when it comes to looks, relationships, career, like all those different kinds of things.
Hmm.
Um, yeah,
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think it's really important to make that distinction because like I always tell people if competition could be a love language, like how you communicate affection for somebody else, like that would be one of my number ones. Like I love to compete with people that I love, you know? So I think
bro.
it's really important. I know. I think it's important to make that distinction early on.
Yeah,
Yeah, and you mentioned some things though that like that they're damaging to compete in. And I think that it's important to kind of shift our perspective and look at those. So you mentioned some things like looks and relationships and finances and careers. And Kim, I'm gonna kind of throw you on the spot, man. Have you ever compared yourself to a close friend or a brother, like in any of those kind of categories?
never.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Oh, okay. Next question. Thank you. Next.
Right, you're right. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. No, well, definitely I have.
Yeah.
Definitely. Like just I think it can come and go like really quick. Like
Hmm.
sometimes it's the small things, and
Right.
like thoughts of like I'm not always competing, but at least I'm comparing myself,
Yeah.
and it can like happen quite quickly and easily. For example, career, or
Yeah.
I can look at one of my best friends even and be like, well, he's got he's way further in his career than
Mm.
than me, or
Right.
He's way further in, let's say, dating or, marriage than
Yeah.
me, and or other things, and it can be it's draining, when you compare
Yeah.
yourself, definitely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, and I think like it can be in big things that we find ourselves comparing or competing with our best friends, even the people closest to us. And then it can even be in like super little small things,
Mm.
like man, like how quickly or like there's so many examples out there, like you reference like big things like careers and like relationships and that kind of stuff. But even just like the clothes that your friend is wearing, like maybe you just
Well,
want to be a bum one day and wear sweatpants, and then your bro comes in and he's like he's just rocking his outfit, and you're like, dang, this guy's up like showing me up. What the heck?
bro, the thing is, if you wear the same size, you could just be like, well, bro, give it to me, and you could
Right,
just,
just swap it out
yeah, yeah,
real
yeah,
quick.
yeah. You
Just
know,
kind of balance the playing field, huh?
definitely. I do. I love, just swapping clothes sometimes. I'm like, bro, give it to
Yeah,
me. I like that. It looks better on me than you. I'm just kidding.
whatever.
I know that.
That's awesome. Yeah, good stuff. I think this big idea kind of hit me as I was thinking about this conversation that we're gonna have, and even as I was reading through hey, this book. I'll do a shameless plug, The Real Bro Code. Hey, look at us. Written by none other than Mr. Kim right here. This thought came to me, and it is this kind of profound thing, and it's just the fact that like comparison is always going to be the root of disappointment for one of the
Mm,
parties involved. you know
mm.
Comparison is going to lie at the root of that disappointment. And it's wild to think about it in that context.
Definitely. I was just replying to someone just like I said, hey, so I kind of just like,
Yeah,
I'm like, see if I can't multitask. I was like,
that's tough, man.
I'm gonna reply to your work is awesome. Okay, let's just have a look at
Sick.
it right now. Okay.
I love it. Yeah, we're checking out our followers stuff,
I,
what they're saying. We love it when you guys interact too, so keep it up. Just don't
bro,
distract Kim too much. Uh,
okay, just whenever me and Austin have like meetings and stuff, there's a lot of laughter, which is a good thing.
yep, absolutely.
Um, oh guys, thank you. Your work is awesome. That's awesome. Hello to you, and hello to me. Well, anyway, yeah, back. So what did you say, Austin? You said something like a really nice, profound thing.
Yeah, absolutely. You can quote me later if you want. No, I was just saying that comparison, it's always going to be the root of disappointment for one of the parties that's involved.
Definitely. And I think that's
Yeah,
why it's important to deal with it as soon as possible and not let it,
right,
dwell. Um,
right.
uh, I think in our friendships it can, and it'll steal our joy as well
Absolutely.
if we allow comparison to take root, or take too much space in our friendships.
Yeah.
Um, but how, like, yeah, that's a whole another topic. Like, maybe, but am I supposed to ask you questions, or are you supposed to ask?
No,
Can I
man,
ask
we
you?
can just keep rolling. No, you're
Oh,
good.
bro.
If you want to put me on the spot and ask me a question, you absolutely can. But we're good, dude. I love that you said though that like that comparison can steal joy, because I think when I find myself comparing or competing with a close friend or a brother, my focus it shifts from like celebrating what my friends have and what they're successful in. It like shifts from that to what I am lacking. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, mm, mm.
And that's just a really really toxic, that word is kind of overused nowadays, but that's just not a healthy way to think about our relationships.
Mm. I love that.
Yeah,
Celebrating each other, celebrating, each other's, like, when we win.
right. Yeah,
It's so cool.
absolutely.
And I think that also really shows how much we love each other.
Mm.
I used the
Yeah.
word love. Yes, I did, because you need to love your bro. If you don't love your bro, then I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Uh,
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
you know,
Yeah.
we need to celebrate each other's wins. And that if I'm, but I call, like I feel like it comes from like insecurity, you know.
Mm. Yeah.
If I don't trust that I am who I am, and I'm I'm proud of who I am, you know, I'm just, you know, I love who I am, and then but if I don't, then and if I'm insecure, then always like when I see a bro succeeding at something, then I'll be like, well, that's cool for you, but it's a bit sad. You know, it's a
Right.
bit like
Yeah.
you almost, you know, because I'm like, oh, I haven't done that, you know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
It's
So,
not it's not necessarily that you don't want your friend to succeed,
yeah,
but
right.
you know what I'm saying, right?
100%. Yeah, absolutely. It just, yeah, it's an unhealthy perspective shift, and you have your eyes on yourself rather than your brother, and his success. We just got a long comment. Hey, Kim's reading it. I can see right now. Thanks, Elijah. Oh, that's
Thanks a
awesome,
lot.
man.
I love the mission of your organization. We need to be talking about male friendships. Thank you for starting the conversation.
Yeah,
Bro,
100%.
Elijah, you know, we're all about friendship. We're all about it. And even at 2 a.m., like the fact that Ludo, bro, he's a cool guy, by the way. If you,
Nice.
Awesome, you got to talk to Ludo one day.
Great. I hope I do. I hope I get to.
Um, and it's just like the fact that I'm awake at 8 a.m. in the morning shows that, no, not 8, 2 a.m. in the morning shows that this is an important topic.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
how do you just, Austin, how do you deal with comparison? Like, if, because
Yeah.
we'll face it, you know,
100%.
if we're
Yeah.
honest, we all face comparison, even with the people we love the most and our in our
Yep.
closest friendships and with our closest friends. How do you deal with it?
Yeah, absolutely. And I even venture to say, like it's almost easier to compare ourselves to the people that we're closest with, because like we know them so well.
Mm.
But yeah, I think the first thing that I do when I deal with it is first I just check my own heart, like I just gotta catch myself and be like, hold up, man, like slow
Yeah.
down, think about where you're at right now. And kind of go down that track of why am I not celebrating my brother's success?
Mm.
And then after that, if it just continues to wear on me, I think the most important thing to do is just be vulnerable and talk about it with that person. And it's gonna suck because you're gonna be like, "You're so much cooler than me," but I just want to talk to you about this, and I want you to know that this is what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
I think having those authentic and open conversations with your friends, it's hard because vulnerability isn't easy. But that's been the most transformative thing for me when I find myself comparing myself to others.
That's so good. You're just
Yeah.
you're spitting gold. I don't know if that's even an expression.
Spitting gold. Oops.
Okay, don't spit it. It's true.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever.
Okay, great. But
Yeah.
so true. And well, I guess to anyone, there is, if you feel like a comparison is stealing joy, or
Mm.
from you or from any of your friendships, then just talk about it.
Yep. Yeah,
Um,
absolutely.
dude, open. What's the word?
Dude, I need to block the comments from you.
I know. Well, we need an open conversation. We need to talk about things, And I think
Yeah.
if you
Yep.
haven't, like, if there's a comparison in your friendships, then when there is, that's a better way of saying it. When there is, talk
Absolutely.
about
Yep.
it
It's
and
gonna
be like,
happen.
yeah, and be like, hey, bro, I felt this, or like
Mm.
I compare myself,
Yep.
and maybe stems from insecurity from my side, And then
Yep.
most likely he'll also say that, well, I've also compared myself to you
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah.
Because who isn't? Um, I think it's easy to put someone else on, like, oh, they never do that. They never compare themselves or never compete. And then, but we always look at ourselves.
Yeah. Yep. 100%. So, I mean, those conversations are hard to have, but they're so worth it. And
Mm.
I mean, I've seen them be worth it in my life and in my friendships. And yeah, I just want to encourage people to be bold in those relationships and in those conversations and initiate it because as dudes, we're so bad at initiating those kinds of conversations, you know? So
Mm.
just go for it.
There, there,
Yeah.
there's no room for pride. Honest,
Right. Yeah.
and some might think, oh, I'm not prideful. Well, to say that I'm never prideful, that's that's pretty, that's pretty bold. So I'm like,
Yeah.
just be honest.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So Kim, I think as we're kind of wrapping this up, we want to leave with some big ideas and one that hits me is like to your real friends, you don't have to prove that you're worth it. You don't have to prove that you're worth it through um being as good at something as they are or doing this to show them that like yeah I'm worthy of being friend like with your real brothers you don't have to do that. I think that's like one of the biggest takeaways from this.
Awesome. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, like, for letting me be part of this. Awesome. I
Yeah,
guess
100%, man.
not that you had any choice. Well,
No, and hey, we'll go ahead and we'll get one of these going, where it's not 2 a.m. for you, all right?
listen, this was just like it was a good start, So
Yeah, yeah,
as soon as
100%.
I as soon as I hang up now, I'm gonna go to bed.
Sweet, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you guys are watching this right now or even later, go ahead and respond, interact with this. Shoot us some private messages. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this topic of comparing yourself to your brothers, to your close friends, and like what healthy competition is versus unhealthy competition, and how you've seen that manifest itself in your life. We'd love to share your stories and hear and just continue to learn from you guys too. So. Yeah, thanks for tuning in with us. Thanks for listening to Kim and I just go back and forth. It's been great.
Awesome. Hey
Sweet.
guys,
All right. Well, hey, good night, Kim.
thank you. Good
Yeah,
night,
see you,
guys.
but
Sleep well.
bye.
Bye.